Look, if you're tired of the same old Dollar Tree home decor DIYs and are looking for something a little bit more unique, you're definitely going to want to stick around. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Araceli and this is Araceli Chan at DIY. In this channel, you're going to find tons of inspiration for Dollar Tree DIYs, Dollar Tree hacks, home decor, and it's always going to be on a budget. If you're into that, I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. In today's video, I'm sharing some super unique DIYs and I'm so excited for one because it really gives definition to creating artwork by hand from scratch. So excited for it, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I have some of these Dollar Tree frames. These are 11 by 14 and I'm just going to be taking everything out of there because we're going to replace the design that I put in there. I also got this faux leather at Dollar Tree. I have 2 brown and 2 white and I will be creating a design on Canva with these. Okay, so I found this Talavera print on Etsy and I love that design, but I'm going to have to try to find something on Canva. I might just have to design my own. I really like that one, but whew, finally. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna have to use my longer mat on this one. It's a little dirty, but I think it's okay. I don't want to test it out on the leather just yet, just in case it doesn't cut how I want to. I think I'm going to use some cardstock just to test it out, make sure that the cuts are good. And then I'll go into it with the faux leather. Okay, I think I created a little more work for myself right now doing this. But I would rather take these off than have to worry about ripped up leather or if it wouldn't have worked out. A little bit off right here, but I think it should be fine. It's just like coming off mid-cut. So, yay! Y'all don't even know how frustrating this is for me sometimes. Like, why? Why am I prone to all this? I'm thinking that the problem was the mat because I have a standard grip mat and I think I might need the heavy grip. Look at all this. Look at all this. Oh man. It's cutting again. I don't even want to look. Truly awful. It looks like a cat took its claws and just clawed at it. But I'm going to see if I can salvage it. If not, this hurt. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought. Look, there's possibly an easier way. You know what I mean? But why make it easy when you can make it a challenge? Alright, so I had to reach out to a creator friend of mine to ask for her suggestion on this Dollar Tree faux leather that was giving me such a hard time. Now, she suggested that I put it upside down with like the leather face down, which makes a lot of sense because it's going to stick a lot more to the mat than this part on the back. I should have just started out that way. Also, I want to mention, somebody commented saying that I should do a few trial runs before I share my DIYs, because it's nice that I share my mistakes, but it makes me look like a newbie, which I totally get it. I do look like a total amateur when I do this stuff. But I mean, it's literally the same thing, right? If I did a few trial runs on my end and then shared it, and at the same time, I literally don't. This is the time that I have. Like, I include the mistakes because I don't have a lot of time to create and make the mistakes. And then, you know, if I include the mistakes, it takes me less time because at least I can kind of share that, as opposed to creating mistakes and then coming back to do the same thing, when I could have just done what I did and then also showed you that things are never perfect. They never are. And if I do seem like a newbie, it is because I try to create like new stuff, different stuff. And so it pops up in my head. I'm like, okay, let me try to create it. So I guess in reality, I am a newbie to the things that I create because I try to make them different. So anyway, all that to say, let's try it like this. I feel like it's going to work so much better. Okay, I'm going to use this Dollar Tree planter, and I really like the terracotta color. It's still plastic though. Drops here aren't actually attached to each other, so it's going to create a little bit more work for me to glue them down, but it's okay because I like this design. Okay, I'm going to try this anyway to see if it works. I already have some pieces that are actually pre-cut out. It's not gonna work. So I couldn't get the transfer paper up, so I'm gonna see if this works. I'm actually gonna tape the original design down. And listen, if you want to paint it, go ahead. If I had some spray adhesive, I think it would probably work better because I could just spray it on the stencil piece of it, and then just pull it off. Okay, here's some advice. If you do it all the way around to cover the entire design, it's not gonna look very clean, okay? So I think what I'm gonna do is just add like a little bit here, and then in the middle, and then like right about there. And then I'll attach the design, which I think will make it look a lot cleaner than that, if you guys can see. That's what it looks like. This one definitely looks a lot messier than this side, and I actually like that it sticks out just a little bit because it does give it that look as if it was like clay. I'm using greenery that's been in my stockpile for a while, but I also bought some more from Dollar Tree. When you add it all up, this is not gonna be like my usual type of budget-friendly piece. Usually I don't use as much just to keep the cost low, but I really wanted something full and very nice. You don't have to go to Dollar Tree. You guys already know that. Probably Michael's, Joann's, if you still have one nearby, if it hasn't closed down. They usually have fuller stems, and you can always use like the percentages off because they typically have like 40 to 60% off. Or you could try your luck at Goodwill or a thrift store. And I actually also have these lemons that I got at Goodwill. I'm going to be using this pool noodle booster, and instead of using floral foam, this is going to work perfectly. So like I mentioned, I have a lot here. Let's see, I have a lime stem, I have a couple of foliage bushes, another eucalyptus stem with a little bit of yellow on here, and then I also have the Italian ruscus. I don't know what this one is. This one doesn't have the tag. and then a summer filler. But I love the yellow tips on that. Kind of matches with this, and then it's gonna go with the lemons, and then of course the limes also. I also had some dogwood blossoms that I think will be perfect in here. These I am going to trim quite a bit just because they're too tall for this. Now again, these are a lot of the things that I had from before. If you look at the tag, it's literally from when they were $1 back in the day. I'm going to say back in the day. Not super budget friendly as I would like. Just so these take up a little bit extra space, you can definitely fluff them up a little bit or just move the branches around. I do have some bamboo skewers that I could wrap with floral tape, but I'm gonna use these extra little stems to stick onto the lemons. And so I'm just gonna take some hot glue and glue it right onto the stem. So I just stuck it in there a little bit without going like all the way in, creating a bigger hole. And then I'll just put that into the planter. All right, now that that's all full, I'm gonna stuff some of this moss in there to cover up the green foam. So I'm gonna put these together like this. I'll be using my hot glue. This is for wood. To make sure that this is not gonna fall apart on me, I'm gonna put a few popsicle sticks on the back. If you don't have anything to hang it from the back, here's a really cool hack. So you're gonna take a thumbtack and a paper clip. I already marked my spot right here. I'm gonna loop the smaller side of the paper clip right onto the thumbtack, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue and then just push it in there. And now you can hang it. Now I'm going to take that brown paint and just put a little bit on a tray here. I'm going to dilute it a little bit with a wet paintbrush. And you guys know I love my paper towel or my baby wipe trick. So I'm just going to take that and kind of rub it all over to create that stain effect. I'm also going to stain 4 of these Dollar Tree wooden blocks. I'm really curious to find out how many outfit changes you have seen throughout this video. These are 2 brand new boards that I created because I painted the first set and it just, I was trying to fix it. Now that I look at it, now that I look at it, I kind of like it. F this one up like no other. So we have to set those aside. We'll reuse it for something else. So I tried the faux leather, but it doesn't transfer the transfer tape on the Cricut, and I could cut it, but I don't want to. So now I'm going to be using some vinyl instead. But instead of going with this color also, because I already have a couple DIYs with just the brown and then this beige color, I want to add a little pop of color. Which one would you guys choose? Would you choose this one, which is like a teal, aqua, turquoise, yeah, turquoise, or this, on this? I want some color, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. Well, you're about to witness another outfit change. What in the heck? Total amateur. Well, Welcome to Amateur Hour. Okay, so this is the original design that I did. It was this one, so I flipped it this way and flipped it that way. So as you can see, it's gonna go this direction and then up that direction. And then I did attach that to create one single piece. All the way down. That was pretty. I'm gonna take my candle holders from Dollar Tree, just go back and forth on it at the bottom, and it's gonna start detaching from the metal plate. There you go. And then save this for a different DIY. On this part, you can totally use E6000 glue or Gorilla Glue or any type of crazy glue with the hot glue. That way, with the hot glue, it sticks right away, and then the other glue is going to help it bond and stay on for a longer time. A lot of the times, I reuse my stuff, okay, and that's why I don't use it, but you guys know you can. And so I try to keep all my decorations up or all my decor up for as long as I can, but sometimes I make so much stuff that I have to literally, like, it's a revolving door of home decor DIYs in this place, and so I do like to reuse a lot of my stuff, and that's why I don't use that. That way it's easy for me to just pop it right off and then use it for something else. It's time that we just let it die. Oh, I can find a higher love over the clouds above. I can find a higher ground. I just have to reach past the summit line. So originally I bought the orange ones, but I think too much orange with this and then the wood, it just, I don't know, it doesn't look great. But that's okay. I have some lighter ones right here, and I think the contrast is better. Remember, a lot of this stuff has to be just for looks because the fire, the flame, and then the vinyl, who knows? So this is your warning. For looks only. If you do want to have a candle that's functional, just get an LED candle and you're good to go. I also feel like it needs a border of sorts, like maybe gold or like black, like very... But I do feel like if I start painting that border on there, I'm going to mess it up again, and I don't want to, so I'm going to leave it like that. I bring you the ideas, and you take it from there. While I have you guys here, I would also love to invite you guys to follow me on my socials at Araceli DIY. And for all of my tools and supplies, you guys can find them linked in my Amazon storefront down in the description. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to create an abstract piece of art that's hopefully going to match the style that I'm looking for. Now, I went to Goodwill yesterday and I found this beautiful frame for $4.79. But as you guys can see, it doesn't have anything, like it doesn't have a canvas. And that's okay. For the canvas, I'm not going to use canvas. I'm going to use this poster board from Dollar Tree. Okay, so I like the color of the frame, but then it also has this detailing here on the sides that I think I'm going to enhance a little bit. Maybe with like a little bit of a gold touch to it. All right, I'm measuring this out. it's gonna fit in there before I start any other cutting. I just had deja vu. I want to make sure that this has something on the back. That way when I put this here, it like there's a back to it. Otherwise it's just gonna be all loose probably. It's not gonna glue down very well. Okay, so I'm using the Folk Art Metallic in Champagne, and then I'm just going to take one of these little sponge brushes. Some cardstock. And on the frame, you're going to be able to see that it has this little design, right? Now, I'm just going to start tapping it to highlight it. You guys can see the difference here. I'm going to do the same on this design here. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just basically creating my design. I'm putting all the layers together. Whew, that was really time consuming, but I think it's gonna be totally worth it. Okay, so here's my final design, and I know it's gonna be a little tricky to print this out. I'm thinking that I'm just going to make this one piece. And so when I put it into the Cricut to cut it, I'm gonna do it in sections just to create like a whole stencil. I'm hoping it works that way, because in the end I'm gonna trace and then I'm gonna paint, so I'm gonna do all sorts of like DIY crafty magic on this one, but just to make it easy so I don't have to print and cut everything individually, I might just do it like that. But I think this looks really cute. Okay, so I attached 2 pieces of cardstock onto my mat, and it's only gonna cut to right about here, but I did overlap it. This one's just like an inch under the first piece of cardstock, and I taped it. And so that's just how I'm gonna create my entire piece. So this is the part that's gonna be attached to the second piece. Okay, so you guys already know that Frame does not have a canvas, but I feel like if I could find a size like this, it would work so much better. But I'm going to try a little experiment with this poster board. So I'm just going to be using some white tissue paper, and I'm going to crumple it up here. And I'm going to Mod Podge it onto the poster board to give it some texture. The only spot where I'm not going to Mod Podge is going to be where my vases are going to go, and that's already outlined. So I'm just going to start putting my Mod Podge like right around there, like around that spot. I think you could also use just regular white glue, Elmer's glue or the Jock glue from Dollar Tree. I think it should work just fine. I mean, in the end, I feel like that's basically what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to take my tissue paper .
Mom, what is that over there?
What is it, Bella?
What is that? Mom, what is that over there?
1 second. I'll look in just a second, okay? Right, and then I'm just going to cut out any extra pieces. And you can do as many layers as you want. I'll probably just do like 2. All right, this is going to be my second layer.
Lettuce?
I do. Yeah. I love lettuce too.
Yeah, and I love lettuce too.
I don't know where. Why are you sitting on the lettuce? Okay. I am going to try to smooth this one out as much as I can, but it'll still have some wrinkles on it.
Mommy, we go that Dollar Tree we went.
You want to go to Dollar Tree again? We've only gone 500 times to make this entire video. It is a little wet, so before I move forward with it, I'm going to use my heat gun to just dry it up a little bit, or dry it off a little bit. Okay, so I just flip this over and then I'm just going to glue the extra on the back. Okay, now starting with my paint, I'm going to use this Craftsmart in bright yellow. And then on top of that, I'll go over it with Craftsmart in khaki. Okay, so you can use whatever you want. You can use a paper towel if you'd like. I'm just going to be using the same tissue paper. And then just gently, I'm going to start tapping it onto the paint. And then just tap it on something else so it doesn't so it's not super, super bright. Just to kind of dye it down a little bit.
Oh, there's a bird.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, and then I'm just taking a small fan brush. Alright, and so now you're going to see all the texture come through of the tissue paper at the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to use this a deep brown. This is a Dollar Tree paint, and I'm just going to lightly brush. Kind of go around in circles.
Almost there.
Look, I know you might be telling yourself, what is she doing? But you and I both are trusting the process right now. So let's hope it comes out how I'm thinking it's going to come out. Now I'm going to use this pale blue, also from Craftsmart.
Mom, look.
Wow, baby. I'm going to mix the deep brown with the black and then just a little bit at the bottom of the pots just to create a deeper shadow. So now I'm going to put my stencil back on here and redraw the flowers. I think these are going to be the closest colors that I have. So for the flowers, we're going to do this vermilion. This is from Dollar Tree. I might make this a little bit more red or more pink. It seems really bright on the camera actually. And then I also have deep yellow, goldenrod, and this one is folk art, and this is in pink chiffon, but there's a pearliness to it. So those are going to be my flowers. And then for the stems, I'm going to do a little mixture of paints here because I have different kinds and I want to get it as close as possible. I'm going to be using light green. I do have deep green. These are from Dollar Tree. And then I have this one in celery from Craftsmart. This folk art one is bright green. And then Craftsmart in grass green. So I'll do a little mixture of these to create the stems. I'm going to peel off my vase here, my stencil. Okay, for the pearly pink one, I am gonna add a little bit of khaki to it. Okay, so here are the colors for the flowers, and I did add a little bit of the pearl pink into this one. Okay, let's work on the pink one. I actually decided to add a little bit of that yellow to it, and so it looks a lot closer to the actual picture. This paint is a little bit older, so it feels kind of sticky, but I feel like it'll give it more texture. But yeah, again, I'm just going with it. This is original artwork, you know? Built from the bottom up. I literally designed, well, I used some elements from Canva, but I designed my graphic, and now we're painting it. Okay, so on that orange one, I did take a little bit of this one and then a little bit of the pink one just to make it not so bright. Okay, we're gonna do the last one here. I think I might add some orange to it. What is it, Papa? Whoa. Some pink too. So as I'm painting this, I'm realizing that maybe I should have gone with like a different background color instead of the tan and then the yellow spots on there. I might just carefully go over it with like white paint just to brighten it up a little bit. That way the background's not so dark, and so the flowers kind of stand out a little bit more. Originally what I was going to do was just color these with some alcohol markers, and I was just going to do it on the plain white poster board, but I decided to give it some texture. I wanted to make this one a little bit more fun, and you know, that way it kind of stands out with that frame that's so pretty. And again, it's just something that I can replace, you know, if I get tired of this one on the wall, then it's easy to just take off and replace with something else, with like a different piece of artwork. But I really love that frame from the Goodwill. Okay, so this is a celery color. What is it? Okay, for this stem, I took that light green and I added a little bit of brown and just mix those together. All right, on this one, I'm going to take that deep green from Dollar Tree with a little bit of the celery and then mix those.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once without thinking twice?
Okay, for the last one, I did the mix of this one that I mixed with the brown. I added some of this deep green, and I also added a little bit of black. Maybe I'll add some brown too.
We would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind.
Okay, this is what we're looking like so far. Not too bad. I feel like I'm gonna do maybe like some shadows in the back of the flowers just so it doesn't look so flat. And I'm just gonna take a fluffy, not so fluffy, I guess. Kind of looks like this. Get it wet a little bit. We'll do.
On this road that I am on, I've got to stay here for some time. Gone and I grew up.
So I bought this really pretty cardstock or craft paper at Michael's, and it was $5 for all of these sheets. And I really like a couple of these. So I'm leaning towards this color right here. But I also like this one. And I love this one. I think I'm gonna go with this one and the dark one. One out. I'm just gonna trace and cut it. I made it just a little bit longer than this one. That way it can go underneath and overlapped with the other vase.
And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
Okay, now I'm just gonna take a little fine tip brush and just barely like getting some of that paint that I used. We're gonna try to create like a little shadow here on the pots.
Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more.
All of this is just to give it a little bit of dimension, since they were kind of flat without it, and also it's bringing out a little bit of the texture from the paper. I have a bunch of scrap paper here. I'm gonna find some textured ones. I already found one that I like. Use this one, nice and textured. And I don't know if I'll use any more. These or not. Okay, let's hope this works. All right, doing the glue thing didn't work. I tried to cut and cut and cut and cut and cut, and that's just, I don't know, multiple times. So instead, I literally just took them out and glued them. And it did take me just a few minutes, but I like the other design with the smaller flower, but that was gonna take me a long time to glue the smaller flower here. So I just added these two. I was gonna staple this down, but I think I'm just gonna hot glue the ends. Wait till you guys see this. Oh my gosh, this is one of those trust the process times where I'm like,
Hiding in the sands on Mars, hijack a flying saucer, steady on the hand, fly home, sweet home, where the saucers go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day.
if you didn't enjoy this video, you must not like unique DIYs, but I know you do. So with that said, I would love for you guys to leave me a thumbs up, leave me any questions or comments down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!